Welcome to review of homework number 13. And so here, it was a mixture, this is for the law cosines textbook questions. Here are questions on how many triangles to be formed. And so it's a mixture of using law sines, law cosines, and some of the properties we know about triangles. So for the first question, it says how many triangles to be formed, if possible. We start with 17. The sides A, B, and C of triangle A, B, and C are ABC are 8, 6, and 15. And we see here the answer for this one will be none. And now you say, well, why none? Well, we know the sum of the two smaller sides have to be greater than the third side of any triangle. And since 14 is not greater than 15, not possible to get a triangle here. Okay, and so that's the first one. So we didn't have to use either law sines or law cosines. We just know that the sides of a triangle, they have to qualify in the sum of the two small sides has to be greater than the measure of the longest side. Okay, number 18. 25, 18, and the measure angle C is 150. And so here, in this case, here is C, and this is A, and here is B. 25, 18, and 150. And so here the idea is that we're going to use law of cosines. And law of cosines, without asked to find C, here we know in this case that that there's one possible triangle. One possible triangle. Now, why is this one possible triangle? And the reason is this, because law of cosines starts off with the idea of a side angle side situation. So if we have side angle side, given this information, we can find the third side, and we will find the third side. So here, let's use a formula. C equals the square root of 18 squared plus 25 squared minus 2 times 18 times 25 cosine of 150. And so we'll pull us up a calculator here, and so here we go. So it's going to be the square root of, so second square root of here 18 squared plus 25 squared minus 2 times 18 times 25 times the cosine of 150 degrees. And so here we're going to find the value 41.57, which so about 41.6. So C is approximately 41.6. And then, so what it comes down to is that 6 here, sorry, 6. All right, so the idea is that it's only one possible triangle. When you have a side angle side situation, you can't create a different triangle using this information, because again, keep in mind that the 5 methods of proving triangles congruent were side, 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 angle, side, angle, angle, side, and hypotenuse leg. So with law of cosines, we know we're always going to get one possible triangle to be formed, and we see in this case that we can find the measure angle C, and this is going to be the measure of AB, which is the side's opposite angle C, be 41.6. Number 19. So here is a law of sine situation, and so we'll have in this case the sine of 30 over 6 equals the sine of 45 over, and we'll call it, this is B. So therefore, B is equal to 6 sine of 45 over sine 30. Okay, and so we're going to take a calculator out, and we're going to find the value. So here we go. So 6 sine 35, 6 sine of 45 actually, 6 sine of 45, close parenthesis, divided by the sine of 30. And we had 8.48 So here, okay, so there you go. Now, we're given two angles, so 8.48, so about 8.5. So B is about 8.5. And so we're given the two angles. So here, we'll draw a triangle we can. This is 30 degrees, A. Here's 45 degrees, here's B. And C is going to be, in this case, 105 degrees. All right. And so, yeah, we found B to be 8.5 and A to be 6. And so, we have the two angles. It's now, so when we're solving for an angle, we're solving for a side. So we know two angles here, and really, again, we were given angle A, we're given angle B, and the measure side opposite B. So this is an angle side situation. We're given this information, and we know for sure this is true. So we can tell only one possible triangle. Okay, our next question here. Measure angle B is 51 degrees, measure angle C is 143 degrees, and A is 12. So we would begin with saying law of sines. But wait a minute though. If the measure of angle B is 51, and the measure angle C equals 143, add together, you get 194 degrees. There's no measurement left for angle. Measurement left for angle C. Angle A, actually. So, because of that, it's not possible. No possible triangle. So we didn't have to calculate anything. Just know in this case, that you, from what information you know about a triangle, only 180 degrees total. So some of these questions don't require law of sines, law of cosines. All right? Okay, number 21. Measure angle A is 50 degrees, measure angle B, measure A is 18, and the measure of B is 20. So here, we're going to do the law of sines. So the sine of 50, which is A, over 18, equals the sine of B over 20. So the sine of B actually, is equal to 20 sine of 50 degrees over 18. And so now we're going to take our calculator out. Okay, work this out. 20 sine of 50. So here we go. 20 sine of 50 divided by 18. And we get 0.851160. And so we're going to find the second sine of this angle, second sine, or sine -1. And we're going to do second and then negative to enter the answer from before. So it will have all that information there. We will find in this case the angle measures about 58 degrees. So we'll say in this case the measure of angle B is approximately 58 degrees. Now we make our table. Okay, remember I said before, we have an ambiguous case, we'll figure out how many different triangles are, we'll use our table. And so we know the measure angle A is 50, B is going to be what we solve for, and C is left over. So given, solved, left over. And so we were given the angle A is 50 degrees. We solved angle B to be 58 degrees. Just want to make sure, because I sometimes make mistakes. Yep, 58 degrees. Okay, and therefore angle C, well, is 180 minus 108, and that'd be 72 degrees. That's one possible triangle, okay? So let's see whether or not it works out for the second possible triangle. Okay, so again, the angle given is 50 degrees. We do 180 minus 58, and we're going to get 122 degrees. And so 180 minus 122 minus 50 leaves us with a leftover of 8 degrees. So we have, in this situation, two possible triangles. And the reason we had two possible triangles is because here, in this situation, we were given a side-side angle situation. This is a side-side angle situation, side-side angle. And side-side angle may lead to two possible triangles. We see here, that's why side-side angle is not used to prove triangles are congruent, because there could be two possible situations. We see two possible triangles here. All right, so for our last one, we have 10, 6, and 11. And so here, let's see, the two small sides, 10 plus 6, are they greater than 11? And the answer is going to be yes. 17 is greater than 11. Yes, one possible triangle. Okay, and again, what's the reason behind this? The reasoning is we have a side situation. We're given three sides of the triangle. And so again, if we have side, angle, side, angle, side, angle, 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 side, or hypotenuse leg, information-wise, there can be only one possible triangle. Okay? All right, so with that being said, the question, how many possible triangles will be formed? And so this will hopefully be helpful to you. Okay? Thanks so much, and I will see you in the next video.